of people fight from afar. And a lot of people, we did not start what we call the government in exile. It is not from the Biafra. The Spanish people have government in exile. So many countries in the world have government in exile. Go and Google it. So we did not start fighting. It did not start from Biafra. And it is not going to end.
I welcome you to this platform. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to go Annie Okongo. Now, I heard Simon Ekpa and I listened to all the agitations, which are understandable. But the fact remains that his manner of approach is quite wrong. You cannot take the whole thing into your hands like this. You cannot decide to punish your own people, which is the same far cry that the nation have been crying against. You cannot come to punish our people and expect us to clap back. You know, it's unacceptable that you just decide to hold the people hostage. You're forcing the people against their will, against their wish, to stay home 5 whole days against all odds. A woman asked the question and said, what if someone was sick? And Simon answered nonchalantly that it wasn't the first time that people are witnessing death, which doesn't portray a leader. It doesn't portray an intelligent person. If you are fighting for your people, then it must be of their own interest. You cannot agitate on a very personal, with so much emotions, and you are missing the point. And that's why I think at this point in time, knowing fully well that Peter Obi is the best candidate, that we've got, and it's most likely that Simon Ekpa be asked, whom is he working for? Is this a plot, from possibly Atiku, whom once believed that he could conquer the eastern region? Is he trying to use Simon Ekpa? Initially, it was a one-day seat at home, usually Mondays, because the Igbos wanted Nnamdi Kanu's release. And at this point, you can see the game plan has changed. And unfortunately, many are still buying into the thoughts that, okay, we want IPOP. We want Biafrans. Sorry, not IPOP. We want Biafrans to be liberated. But the aim of the Biafra was for a better Nigeria. The aim was to have a better nation. There is always room for a change. Let us support Peter Obi and give him a chance. At this point, I strongly feel that Atiku is most likely using Simon Ekpa against his beat, because Nigeria being a democratic nation, whether Nigerians vote actually, or whether the Biafrans vote or not, even if it's just the family of the candidates that voted him in, the highest vote, the person with the highest votes, number of votes, gets to be the president. And now, if he gets to be the president, now you've given the worst person a chance. The least person with the heart to lead his nation. You give him a chance, he will come out and repeat the same thing that Buhari said to the Igbos. You didn't vote me in. Nobody voted for me, and so I will not even pay attention to your cry. Is that what we want again this time? Let us support Peter Obi and take this nation with his the forerunner, with his second Obi Dati, that Dati. Let us support them and take them to the next level and support the nation. He said he's going to be so transparent. That man who left every entitlement that was due him after his ruling, after the governorship process, he left lots of entitlement that were due him, because he said the money wasn't the issue, should be used to take care of the people. One who will stand and people account for his good. We all heard about that, or some of us have even read the book, where the ex-president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, pointed to Atiku and said, this is the worst man. The worst thing that happened to me was allowing this man come close to finances. He dealt with the nation. Unfortunately, some people do not understand the depth to which he referred to. And then Tinubu, on the other hand, the people of Lagosians cried painfully on how badly he had held that state down, and up till now, not willing to let go. I would let you listen to some of these questions that were asked Actually, Mr. Simon Ekpa bluntly said there will not be votes. And if you see where he's gunning for, that's it. That he will keep scaring the people. Nobody will come out. At some point, it's going to be 2 weeks. How can a man utter such? Are you punishing your people? There are procedures. There are signatories. There are processes. There are the people. It's something of willingness. You don't take matters like that into your hands and begin to just call the shots in a very aggressive manner. You hurt your own people. When the Python dance came, we said they are punishing us. Now, how do we cry saying our people is punishing us? Our own people are the one punishing us. Then, Mr. Simon Ekpa, it's high time, please, he's called to order. The aim of the whole separation, disintegration, is for a better Nigeria. It wasn't because we just want to go. I mean, we love Nigeria, but when the people said there will not be Nigeria out of ill treatment, of all kinds of mannered ill treatment, then we said, okay, let's divide and begin to cater for ourselves, cater for the ones we know as our own. And now we're seeing the light coming out of the tunnel and the person of Peter Obi and Dati. Let us give them a chance, support them, and pull the nation to a greater height. They know what to do. They got the information, they got the education, they got the experiences. They are wise. And they got the Spirit of God leading them. I think that's the best thing we can do for our dear nation. To come out of this poverty, abject poverty, to come out of, the illiteracy here and there, to come out of this whole, unmannered nature of doing things. Look at Simon Ekpa. He's based in Finland. And from Finland, he arms men and say, go on, whoever comes out, shoot. Who does such a thing? Shoot at whom? Your people, your brothers, your mothers, how do you explain it? And he says, we're going to call Biafra to be. This way? This way? I mean, I've heard Mazi Nnamdi talk. That man speaks intelligently. He began first by educating the people. He began by giving us the possibilities. Inasmuch as he was also agitating, but you cannot be a Nigerian and not agitate for the ill treatment. But the manner of approach that Simon Ekpa is trading on right now makes me fully believe that someone is paying him. And whom is what we have to find out. Who is responsible? Who's sponsoring him? So leave me your comment in the comment section below. I would let you listen and leave me your thoughts.
The only thing they gave you is a green passport. That is cost. A green passport that when you went to America, you were subjected to all manner of degrading treatment, including using the telescope to look your image. That's only what Nigeria offered you. Nigeria did not give you vitamins. Nigeria did not give you medical treatment. Nigeria did not treat you when you have muscle pulls and injuries. Nigeria did not offer any of those to you. You suffered yourself, and your family treated you whenever you have injuries. So do not come here to tell me about Nigeria. I was the one who suffered and sacrificed for Nigeria. Nigeria did not offer anything to me. Thank you.
All right. Hold on. Dominic, you're next.
I'll keep it straightforward. Nice to meet you, Mr. Ekpa.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome. There's a lot of suffering that is going on. And, different political people in the past in fight for independence or some of freedom have used different means to achieve it. Gandhi used this non-violence strategy. What strategy are you employing to achieve your aim? And do you think it is a very good strategy, given the amount of suffering emotionally, physically, and economically it is having on your own people? Because those people who are outside of the Igbo land and Biafra are not suffering the same thing. You are the one who's suffering. My parents and my extended family are the ones who are suffering economically. So how do I, as an Igbo man, gain from having economic suppression for however amount of days that sit at home happens? And how was I supposed to achieve some form of advantage for us? I don't understand it. It's like bringing war to your own area instead of taking it out of your own area.
Thank you very much. I want to inform you that what we are doing is a multi-dimensional approach. We are using what we call a multi-dimensional approach. the way other countries got their independence can never be the way the Biafra people are going to get their independence. The way India got their independence can never be the way Biafra are going to get their independence. And what we are doing today is not just about the liberation of the Biafra people, but it's about the liberation of the every ethnic and the nation within Nigeria that are feeling that they are being oppressed. So we cannot fight the way other people fought and get Biafra liberated. We have first of all researched on Nigeria. We know the best approach that we are going to follow, and that's exactly what we are doing. The reason why you are saying that people are suffering is exactly why we are fighting it the way we are fighting it, because the system, the poverty that we are being, the people went into poverty, people become poor in Nigeria because of the policies of the nomadic and the caliphate system. It was being deliberately orchestrated so that you can never rise up against them. So we understand that. And because of the fact that we understand that the reason why they make you poor in Nigeria is so that whenever people try to rise up, you are going to remind them how poor they are, how they cannot feed themselves, how they are not. And that is why for the past 1 year, after the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have been able to condition the mind of Biafrans to overcome that particular narrative of you are poor, you are bringing poverty, you are bringing hardship. We have been able to overcome that. That's why Biafra people can sit at home every Monday, and it has happened for the past 1.5 years. Now we are stepping it up. At a point, we went sitting at home for 3 days. The reason why we have sitting at home for 3 days is to demonstrate the Nigeria loss of integrity, territorial integrity to Biafra. We are demonstrating that the Biafra people are no longer taking orders from the government. We are demonstrating that the people that are ruling the southeast part of Nigeria are no longer in control of the people. We are demonstrating that the people are no longer interested in taking them as leaders. We are demonstrating that the people have liberated themselves from these particular shackles of the bondage of Fulanis. So it is not just about economic issue. It is about we need to demonstrate to the world that we are no longer taking these leaders as our leader. That's why when they came and they threatened the workers in the southeast that if you do not come out to work on Mondays, you are going to be sacked, we are going to seize your salary, people still did not come out. So we have demonstrated so far that the governors, the leaders have lost the territorial integrity of the southeast to Biafra.
All right.
We control the territory. That's what we're trying to.
Okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. No, you can't go. No.
That is going to go down in the history. As we are building up to break out of Nigeria, it is going to go down in the history. It is going to be, recognized by the United Nations. But that Biafrans sit at home, civil disobedience lasted for as long as we fight Nigeria until we get independent.
Civil disobedience by force.
Yes.
By force.
You can call it by force, you can call it by whatever nomenclature, we don't care. But what we know is that every Monday Biafra sit at home and they want their freedom from Nigeria.
Can I ask a question?
All right, hold on. Hecho, go ahead. Hecho, after you, one man.
My brother, Simon, I'm going to speak from a mother perspective. From the question of they try to raise, it triggers something. And as a counselor, I can realize that there are bottled anger inside of you.
It triggers anger, my mother and my sister. And I don't want to hear anything emotional. This is not about emotional. This is
Let me finish my question.
Go ahead.
There are bottled anger because of what Nigeria has done to you, and it has done to many of us.
And you can't sit down and watch that.
So, Hecho, can you make your question?
If we want our people to sit down at home, what food stuff have you people arranged that will sustain them for that number of period? Because this Western world we all live in, when they have a cause for us to sit at home, they make sure they make provision for health, for emergency, for food, for water, for all these things.
I will say 2023 is the year of Nigeria disintegration. The disintegration of Nigeria will give birth to either Biafra or whatever that the disintegration have to offer. Freedom of many nations within Nigeria. So our idea is to prepare the people of Biafra, and we are focusing on the Igbo-speaking part of Biafra at this point, because we know the history behind the Eastern region. After the Biafra War, during and after the Biafra War, the Fulani Caliphate succeeded in manipulating the other part of Biafra. So we are still battling to liberate them from the blackmail propaganda that were said and they sold to them against the Igbo-speaking part of Biafra. So now, you know, we have suffered the most of this Nigeria construction. So we focus on the Igbo-speaking part, which we are now transiting to the part of the coastal region. This sit at home is going to take place not just in the 5 Igbo-speaking part of Biafra, but we are gradually taking it to the coastal region. So it is a preparation to what is to come next year. Our focus is that we are not going to allow election to hold in Biafra land. We will not allow Nigeria election to hold. And what we are trying to do is to make sure that we do not validate Nigeria again. That's number one. Number two is that those people that have been elected and that have been enjoying the Nigeria, entity, after electing them, the people are being killed, Fulani are invading villages, and they refuse to speak. We are not going to allow them to occupy any political position again. So we are going to, first of all, bring them back and down to the level of an average Nigerian, and by extension, an average Biafran, by making sure they do not have any vote in Biafra land.
Okay.
And after that, we are going to take it off from there. So this is home.
Hold on, Simon.
This is home. Listen, this sit at home is to prepare the mind of Biafrans to what is to come next year. Because next year, we may end up having first 2 weeks sit at home, as the case may be. We are going to be revealing the situation, as time goes on. So that's the reason why we are ordering the sit at home, and we are going to enforce it.
Okay, Simon, thank you so much. It would be unfair to our viewers, many of them all over the world, that you will just come and speak and you won't take questions for us. And that's why I have issue with the 10 minutes only that you have. But let's see what we can do. I will let Ovie go ahead. Question only, no comment, please, so that we can get as many as possible.
All right. Simeon Ekpa, let me say your early days, your teenage days and your early 20s, it's not complete without the adventures that the Nigerian state offer you by representing Nigeria. You were under Coach Babati while I was under.
We don't need to go into those histories. We are living in the present.
Yes.
Nigeria has deprived me the life that I'm supposed to live. Nigeria has deprived me the opportunity that I'm supposed to have. I'm not supposed to be what you think I was. I was supposed to be better. So
okay.
My question is,
if I was born in the United States, I would have been one of the best in the world. Nigeria deprived me of that. So do not bring my past. We want to talk.
No, I'm not bringing your past. I'm saying that the country that gave you a launching pad, why do you want to destroy it?
Nigeria did not give me anything. I've actually offered Nigeria and more than what they have given to me.
Okay.
I struggled by myself. Nigeria did not give me anything. I was the one who gave to Nigeria. I brought the name of Nigeria by my activities in sport. Nigeria did not give to me. I offered myself to Nigeria. I served Nigeria. I suffered for Nigeria. I sacrificed.